Do you know how much how much capital I've invested in Bitcoin at this point, Raoul?
No.
$3,335,000,000. One person. If I bought baseball cards, Raoul, it would be better accounted. Bitcoin's not going to spring a leak. There's not going to be a property tax. You don't have a maintenance charge. It doesn't spring a leak. It doesn't burn down. There is no eminent domain.
You don't have to evict your tenants. Nothing.
Raoul Pal and Michael Saylor, the cryptic duo, say it all. We doubt there are any crypto enthusiasts out there who haven't yet come across the two names Raoul Pal and Michael Saylor. With their crazy accurate price predictions and mind-boggling understanding of the crypto markets, these two never fail to surprise us. In this latest interview, they discuss everything from the current environment of the crypto market to its future. Also, don't forget to watch till the very end for Pal and Saylor locking heads over a disagreement on regulation. Who is driving the crypto market today? We've already learned that there are many different factors that influence the crypto market, from geopolitical happenings all the way to its very own volatility. However, who or what is at the forefront driving today's crypto market? Let's find out.
If you'd ask who's driving the industry a year ago, you would have said retail investors with 10, 20, 30, 125x leverage on an offshore exchange. And if you'd ask the question, who's driving the industry today, it's a hodgepodge of a lot of different players. I mean, you've still got, the offshore exchanges, but now they've allowed that they will back down to 20x leverage. Crypto leverage money is in the system. I think it drives volatility.
Sure.
In my opinion, more than it drives sustainability. If you want to see Bitcoin go to $10 million a coin, then it won't come from 125x or 20x offshore levered contracts and traders. It will come from insurance companies and macro hedge funds that have capital, $100 billion of capital, and they just allocate 5% of it to Bitcoin forever.
Raising capital like a pro.
How much capital I've invested in Bitcoin at this point, Raoul? $3,335,000,000. One person.
Yeah.
But I didn't have $3,335,000,000 in my piggy bank when we last spoke.
Yeah.
Now, how many people does it take, right? And the answer is you need public entities, and they need to be creditworthy, and they need to be able to file a registration statement. If you can file a registration statement, you can tap the fixed income markets, you can tap the convertible debt markets.
Where to invest? Best property. The high liquidity associated with Bitcoin makes it a great investment vessel if you're looking for short-term profit. Digital currencies may also be a long-term investment due to their high market demand and much lower inflation risk. But is Bitcoin the best property? Let's hear them say it.
So digital property is the ideal property. It's the most desirable property in space and time. Bitcoin is the dominant digital property network. It's the most secure. It has the most durability. It's the most decentralized. So therefore, if you said to me, where do I put my $1 billion such that any rich person on earth will want it and any rich person in the next 100 years will want it? Bitcoin. Or $1 billion of land in Kansas, or $1 billion of houses in Vancouver don't represent as high a quality property as $1 billion of virtual Bitcoin, because Bitcoin can be moved at the speed of light anywhere on Earth.
Bitcoin is effortless.
Effort you need to do to rent something out versus owning an asset like Bitcoin where you virtually have no effort. The difference is extraordinary.
Bitcoin's not going to spring a leak. There's not going to be a property tax. You don't have a maintenance charge. It doesn't spring a leak. It doesn't burn down. There is no eminent domain.
You don't have to evict your tenants. Nothing.
What can accelerate the Bitcoin industry?
To be clear, I think there are two structural catalysts that will drive an acceleration of the industry and of Bitcoin in particular. One will be the availability of broad-based ETPs in the U.S. capital markets.
Yeah.
That will be a big one. And we're watching that, right now. It's a process. The second will be the normalization of accounting for Bitcoin as a financial asset. But if you wanted to go to 5 million a coin or 10 million a coin, right, the way you get to millions of dollars of Bitcoin is you start to market and you treat it at least at parity with holding Apple stock or Coca-Cola stock. If I bought baseball cards, Raoul, it would be better accounting treatment. It would be better accounting treatment than buying Bitcoin. So
Leverage and volatility of crypto.
I think that the number one critique right now of Bitcoin is it's volatile, but I don't think it's volatile because it's digital property, digital energy, or because of all of the constructive uses of it. I think it's volatile because there's too much leverage in the offshore crypto exchanges and the altcoins. I think that what's happening is someone buys an altcoin with a 10x lever, it moves up 20%, they cross-collateralize into the second altcoin, and then they somehow collateralize that or they tie that into Bitcoin. I think that 20x and 100x leverage in the offshore crypto exchanges has been driving the volatility in Bitcoin.
No, but the investment banks will, because they can't help themselves, because that's where they see money is, I'm going to give somebody else, a bigger financial player, a hedge fund, for example, this kind of leverage.
The highest amount of equity or the highest amount of leverage you see in conventional markets is like 50% or 2x leverage.
Bitcoin's role as the apex predator. By entering the current bull run, the cryptocurrency market has shown investors all over the globe that it can stand the test of time. People have regained their trust in crypto and are seeking to buy Bitcoin with credit card to participate in the financial revolution. Investors are often looking at alternate cryptocurrencies to make considerable profits by trading in and out of them. However, aspiring traders and investors should always be aware that the market heavily depends on one cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. But will this remain as such in the future, or will another crypto replace Bitcoin?
I think that Bitcoin is the most decentralized digital property. It's the highest quality digital property. So you need digital energy, and Bitcoin is. You need one. Do you need two? Not necessarily. You need one digital token that you can move at the speed of light 1,000,000 times a second.
Sailors say modern developments.
So what didn't you know then that you kind of know now?
Well, I think in every month for the past 13 months, there have been positive developments that give us more confidence in Bitcoin. The result of the election was a positive development. The regulatory regime, I think, is a positive development. I think we had 0 public companies holding Bitcoin before MicroStrategy, and now there's like 25 maybe. By the end of this year, we'll have about a dozen Bitcoin miners that have come public. I think I just read a few days ago that Hut 8 is doing a secondary offering. You've had Coinbase come public, right, since we last spoke. Coinbase also brought a $1 billion convertible offering to the market. And then just a couple of days ago, they brought a $1.5 billion junk bond offering to the market, and they upsized it to $2 billion.
Pal versus Saylor, a faulty regulation system. And finally, what you've been waiting for. The dynamic duo finally disagree on something. Let's hear it.
It's the stupid securities law from 1933, 1934. It makes it highly restrictive in who is able to access certain things. What is a security is...
Yeah, but Raoul, if I created my own Mikey coin and then I pumped it on Twitter, who then told the world it was great, it's illegal and it's unethical. The truth of the matter is, if you have a centralized group of people creating a token, which is a security, giving it to themselves, and then selling it on the market and representing it as a decentralized property.
What it is it makes it more restrictive for people.
If you understand securities law, you understand that they are securities. If I actually create 10 million tokens and I give 5 million to me and my 4, and so the only people that think it's not a security are people that don't know the law.
With that, we come to the end of this video. Consider subscribing to join in next time for more of such interesting content.